I'm from Indiana. There wasn't a town that we lived in. It was a highway to nowhere and a little cow pasture that turned into a housing development. No one in my family that I'm aware of played basketball. From the first time my mom signed me up to a bitty basketball league, it was so much fun to play.
After his first game, he was on the floor all the time. He had floor burns.
Which I take as a badge of honor.
So the next game, I made him wear sweatpants. He said, "Mom, nobody wears sweatpants." And I said, "Well, look at your legs. You need to put on some sweatpants for the next game." When he was in junior high, his high school coach would stop and pick him up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to school to shoot around. And they'd have pickup games in the morning before they went to school. Coach Barnheiser, he saw something in Dusty early on.
He would take control of the gym as an 8th grader. We knew right then that we had an opportunity to be pretty good once he got into high school.
Number 12, the junior Dusty May.
I played at Eastern Green High School. I played for Mark Barnheiser, who was a legendary high school player in the state of Indiana at LaPel High School, and then played at Purdue and then later Auburn University. He's the reason that I fell in love with basketball. He held us to such a high standard, and he was so demanding.
I hate to say it, but I mean, we had kids, we got the wrestling mats out and did all kinds of crazy stuff that if I did it today, I'd be working down at McDonald's.
Coach Barnheiser made him run cross country to get in shape for basketball.
We get in a big meet, he'd throw up after the meet. When the competition went up, he went up. I remember the first game, our junior year, he basically said, "We're not gonna lose a game this year." I walked into practice one day and every kid had his head shake. And I was like, these guys are serious.
Someone told me my son was the ringleader, so I was a little bit put out with that. Dusty said from the time he was in high school that he wanted to be a high school coach. He had been mowing yards in the summer for extra money, and he mowed Larry Rink's and Dave Rutherford's yards. Larry Rink was good friends with the IU program. He decided he wanted to be a manager at IU, so he talked to those two guys.
Ron Felling, he was an assistant at IU, said to Dusty, "Come be a part of our program," with Bob Knight at that time.
Being a student manager was an entry point for me.
Being able to be involved in a program like IU was probably more than he'd ever dreamed of.
My dad, he came up with a master plan that nobody could see but him.
With Eric, it was like, all right, man, you're 2 years old. Let's put this chair here, and I want you to run around this chair. I'm gonna throw you this Nerf ball, and you shoot it in that basket. And he'd shoot it, and we'd be clapping, yay!
We were pretty honest with Eric from the start. If he was gonna play the game, he was gonna play it correctly, because he had two parents that were very serious about the game. Being a coach, we wanted to make sure that Eric had an idea of defenses, offenses, really work ethic at that particular time, because kids are so hooked on the glamour part of the game and not the sweat and sometimes the tears that come with the sport.
My wife, she had the passion for the game. I have the passion for the game. Basketball is life for us. I played at Texas Christian University, was undrafted, but had the opportunity to go over to Europe, and that's kind of what, kept the fuel burning throughout my 10-year career.
The first time they came up with the idea of going overseas, I was against it. I wanted to play AAU, EYBL, just like every other kid in America.
What I did, I would substitute AAU with taking them to Europe.
Hello, my name is Dailey. I'm 14 years old. I'm from Bradenton, Florida, and I play for CB Central Madrid.
From the 6th to the 11th grade, I was only thinking about going to Europe. I wasn't even thinking about college.
Style of play is different in Europe. Here, we're for the fanfare, we're about dribbling, whereas in Europe, there's offensive patterns, but there's read and react. They're able to pass out of different situations. So you're developing your IQ more from an international standpoint. And Eric Sr. and I wanted to make sure that our son understood that.
I played in Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia, Hungary, Italy.
I made a couple of videos. He took my phone and shot me.
For all you young fellas trying to go play professional basketball overseas, you better learn how to cook. You can't eat McDonald's and Burger King every time. Overseas life will help you appreciate the United States and the things you got. What you say, big boy? Okay.
Going overseas made me a better player in the U.S. It helped me build my IQ. It opened my eyes up to just beyond one-on-one basketball. How it's supposed to be played. Passing, cutting, moving, not dribbling too much, and still getting the shots that they want.
Dailey blocking foul one.
I felt like if I knew how to do these things, I can help impact winning.
5 games to 10, one-on-one, me and Payton. First game is going to be me.
Pryce, Sandfort for 3.
Second game goes to me as well, 10-9.
There's no scenario in which I lose.
Payton Sandfort delivers on cue for the Hawkeyes.
Third game, I'll give it to him. He got hot from 3. That's all right. Came back, fourth game, 10-5 again. I win 3-1.
I would either win or we wouldn't make it to 5 games because I'd just get in a fight.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Me and Pryce fighting over a basketball game or anything competitive began about as early as I can remember. When Pryce was 2 or 3 years old, he was trying to shoot on like our little hoop downstairs, and I just kept blocking it.
Saying that Payton's blocking my shot, he was probably, being a jerk about it. I assume he just didn't let me get a shot off for about 5 minutes, and I had enough.
The boys basically had a basketball in their hand as soon as they could. My dad was a college basketball player and then became a high school coach. My dad and my husband both spent hours in the gym with the boys.
When we started these teams, we wanted to pay attention to detail. We wanted fundamentals taught, dribbling, ball handling, all the little things that really probably go unnoticed.
We grew up going to the Waukee High School basketball games, just dreaming about playing on that level and playing together at that level.
It was always their dream to win a state championship with Waukee High School. That dream was realized in 2021 when Payton was a senior, Pryce was a sophomore. It was the first state title in school history. Very special moment for everybody.
My sophomore year at Iowa, I earned myself a starting spot going into the year, and I wasn't shooting it great.
Sandfort from 3, still ice cold from beyond the arc.
I started Big Ten play 0 for 19 from the field. It felt like the world was ending. I'd never really dealt with adversity, especially in basketball like that.
The low point was a game at University of Nebraska.
He was visibly shaking. And just kind of broke down with me and just kind of hugged it out and spent a lot of time just talking to him, trying to talk him through it a little bit. We don't quit. We have adversity. This is what life throws at you. How are you going to deal with it?
It might have been before winter break or right at Christmas break, but I went home and went and worked out at a familiar place with my dad and my grandpa.
He had to get his mind off of making baskets. So we started out with simple fundamental stuff that we've always done for years.
It's all upstairs. Once you can figure out how to beat that, you know, things are gonna break free. We played a home game against Indiana, and I was coming off the bench. First play I was in, I hit an open three. And then I think I scored 7 straight.
Looking for a shot. How about this? Isn't it amazing what one make will do?
Oh, yeah.
From there, we start fighting back, and we ended up winning the game. One of the biggest comebacks in program history. That next morning, we left for Piscataway, and we played at Rutgers, and you know that was really the game that changed my career.
Sandfort is just making you pay right now from downtown. Unbelievable!
From there, I just kind of exploded.
Thinking this you played out just live, but this is going to be a good look. Sandfort got it! Who got it? You cannot be serious!
Ended up winning 6th Man of the Year that year, which was such a blessing. The struggles, they'll pop up, but having gratitude and just appreciating that is really where I've taken the biggest strides.
Before I got here, obviously we knew this was like blue blood. This is D1. We got the most titles, legends all around us. Then when I got here, you can feel it when you walk in here. They got all the draft picks, the banners and stuff. Like, it might just be me, but when I see all that stuff, I'm like, I could be up there.
Oh, it's all going down for Eric Dailey. Dailey carries.
Ain't no substitute for the wall. To get on the wall.
To get on the wall,
You can't take a pill. You can't cheat your way on the wall. You just gotta work your way to the wall.
Work it. I'm gonna get on this some way.
Eric wants to be great, so the only thing you have to do is tell Eric what he needs to do, and it'll become part of his process. Period, end of sentence. He is here at 6 a.m. shooting. He is here later in the day shooting. And he's one of those guys, if you hear the music going in the gym, it's him.
Work ethic, that's big. I think it was something that had to be taught. It had to be installed.
We walk in the gym, turn on the lights, and I scream out, "Ain't nobody in the gym, E."
Ain't nobody in the gym, E. And I'd be like, ain't nobody in the gym, Dad. And just get to work.
6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, I pushed the hell out of it. You're gonna be crying and sweating. But I knew that if we got past this certain point, that you were gonna be standing alone. You were gonna be able to fulfill a lot of your dreams.
That is ridiculous.
It might not be me scoring 20 points all the time. It might be me having 4 assists. It might be me having 10 rebounds. So I feel like each game, I'm showing something different. Almost makes me hard to stop.
Inside. UCLA, the winner here in Coley tonight. Come on, man. It's the man. Come on, man. Oh, boys up, baby.
What drew me wanting my brother to come here was really just playing together on the biggest stage in the Big Ten and just getting to live out our dreams together. I played with Connor and Patrick, and then I played with Keegan and Chris both at the same time, and they always had each other's backs.
I didn't want to just come here because it was my brother. I wanted to make sure it was the right fit. The fit obviously works out here for me, and it's just hard to pass up playing with your brother.
They're fiercely competitive, incredibly supportive of one another. If Pryce does something well on the floor and Payton's out of the game, you can see his reaction. He just roots for his brother.
Michigan game, on the road. We both had a really good game. Payton found me a couple times that game.
Sandfort to his brother. He's good for 3.
came down to the wire.
Whatever open shots you can get, that's the one you're going to take.
Felwell is the inbounder. Going to lob it in to Pryce. Sandfort throws it up at the buzzer.
Payton was the first one over there to greet me in the corner. I was pretty devastated.
The competitive kind of anger that we had toward each other when we were younger was kind of gone, and it had really turned into us just wanting to compete for each other and see each other succeed.
The next couple months we'll play our last game together, probably forever. Try not to think about that, just stay in the moment and, you know, keep grinding away at the season. That's what you need to do.
In '87, when the Hoosiers won their championship, we recorded that on a VHS tape.
Smart takes the shot, and the Hoosiers with 3 seconds. Go ahead.
Dusty watched that so many times that he wore it out.
IU basketball was everything back then.
Indiana wins the championship.
Bob Knight was the state. Dusty hooking up in that program at that time when they were thought of as the greatest thing that ever happened really led to his success.
I look at it as I got a PhD in coaching as an undergraduate, working for who I think is the greatest teacher of all time. Just to watch and observe and be a guinea pig at times in what he was doing definitely accelerated my learning process and learning curve. We would arrive the night before and we'd set up his video library. The next morning by 6 a.m. we had to have a specific donut with specific drinks, a local paper, a USA Today paper at his doorstep. It was my senior year and we noticed that Coach Knight wasn't eating the donuts. Someone said he'd went on a diet and stopped eating as many donuts, and I said, well, do you mind if we eat the donuts? They said no, because he might change his mind. I think we learned the hard way. If a problem came up, then we didn't find a solution in advance. And we suffered the consequences, and no one was exempt from a good, hard lesson, but we were all better for it.
The team was on a trip for a game. Dusty stayed back and was doing video stuff, so I went in and watched the game with him in the lounge. Then we went out and shot baskets. I got chills to be on the floor like that with him as a manager at IU. You know, I don't know, Knight probably wouldn't have liked it. I don't know, but he wasn't there.
I had seen other people that had gone through that student manager program and had gone on to something successful. High school basketball was in the rearview mirror. He wasn't going to do it. He was going to do the big time.
Working for Coach Knight, that experience, what you learn, the values, the preparation, the work ethic, all those things ignited and started my career.
For Brooks, it's emotional to play against Dusty. Last year, got to watch it when he was at Florida Atlantic. Brooks got the layup at the end of the game to beat Dusty's rear end.
Down to 10 seconds. Bornheiser looking to go to the cup. He does!
Big Ten Media Day this year. Dusty and I got together and we were talking about that play. He said that they were actually supposed to foul. He was just kind of kidding with me, like, you know, you shouldn't even got to that point, you know, we should have fouled you and stuff like that. He's almost like another brother to me. We really look at each other like family.
Brooks, he's not going to be with us the rest of the year. It's the right decision, but he left it all out there. You know, and I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but I love that kid.
When Brooks was shut down, he got a call from Dusty. And Dusty said, when you get done hooping in about 10 years, he goes, I got a coaching job waiting on you. That's just Dusty May. A lot of guys would walk into the assembly hall and get booed. That ain't gonna happen. That just isn't gonna happen. That's the way he's thought of around here. I mean, people love Dusty.
What about you?
It's going to be surreal. It'll bring back a lot of great memories and emotions. I'm just so grateful that there are people that saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. The first 5 minutes will be about emotion and distractions and all this other stuff. The next 35 minutes, it's going to be about discipline, our habits, and how we play the game of basketball. All right, let's go play 40 real sound minutes of basketball.
Let's get this for coach. Yeah, facts. Let's get this for coach. And they fight for the season right here. This is their season. Let's break. Let's break. Let's go. Let's go.
This game was always going to have the Dusty May storyline attached to it, a former undergraduate manager at Indiana. Dusty May earn the loudest cheer here pregame. But as Dusty said, he's just here to, quote, win a freaking basketball game, and that's it.
Michigan needed to have that fast start. I'll tell you what, you couldn't have a better start for Michigan. Kind of hitting on all cylinders right now.
Golden catches and lays it in on the right. Wolf in between the circles, steps back, takes a three over Ballo, knocks it down.
Coach Dusty May is encouraging his guys, stay the course, stay the course.
Crosses over right, throws by him, takes it to the rack and lays it in with a left hand. And you can just feel the frustration. It is dripping from Assembly Hall's fans.
Indiana on the attack now. Indiana got a little run going here. Pulls up, gives to Mackenzie Buckle for three. Yes! Crowd is on its feet and going nuts right now. Goody on a give and go to Leo. Lays it up and got it. And Indiana has suddenly tied the game at 59-all.
Michigan's ball tied at 59. Dangerous pass to Wolf. Into Golden, who crunches. Past the center line to Wolf, left wing. Around a Golden pick. Wolf at the point. Leans in. Scoops. Scores. Counted in a foul. The Wolverines come to Dusty May's alma mater. And as he said he wanted to do on Wednesday, they won a frickin' basketball game.
Built a lead, they came back, that place erupted. You guys stayed poised, you stayed together. We didn't panic, we didn't flinch. Today was a real sign of maturity and growth for us.
Hey, family on three, 1, 2, 3. Family! 1, 2, you know what to do! Hail to the victors, and hail to the conquerors.
What's up, Cole? He stole it. Or do you have people in your house? It's over now.
Yeah, it is. It's over.
That's all I do.
Congratulations.
When you have the path that I had, it makes you feel good because what's your competitive advantage as a student manager that transferred in from as a marginal Division II player? All I did was show great energy and passion for this game and helping people every day. And because of that, I think people always saw something or believed in me. And then you get to this point. But I love being at Michigan. I love our team. We're fighting like crazy. That's it. This place is my foundation, but I'm very, very happy at the University of Michigan.